What is going on, guys? So no, this thumbnail is actually not cap. I do spend right around $100,000 every single month, and it's absolutely insane. And first off, I want to get this out there. This video is not to brag or anything like that. You will actually see throughout this video what it is spent on, and it is very little on myself, to be honest. So I'm gonna break it down. And yeah, well, honestly, we're just gonna go from there. So basically, the biggest expense right off the bat of that $80,000 is $50,000 every single month. That just gets charged to my credit card, and that is based on inventory. So again, if you guys don't know too much about me, I made a pretty lucky break in Dogecoin, right? I bought that stuff back in 2016. Kind of forgot about the account, right? I put 3,500 bucks in there back then. Forgot about the account, and then the whole Elon Musk thing happened, and I cashed out. And you know, I bought some fun toys for myself, obviously, as any sane person would do. And then the rest I kind of invested, and one of those invested was an automation store, actually. So basically, what that means is I basically pay this other company a setup fee, and then they kind of run the entire account, and then monthly I just get charged for the inventory, and then that usually gets put back onto my card. The beautiful thing is, for that I use the Amex Plum card, which means I do have 60 days to pay it off. I just wanted to give myself a little bit more leeway, because again, you'll find out with my income that theoretically I would not have the $50,000 in order to pay that off. So I would probably do it, like, obviously if I cashed out investment, or, you know, saved for about a month, I could do that, but I don't really want to. And again, most of my investments are decently risky. I don't really play safe considering the age where I'm at. That doesn't make much sense for me to. So again, that's $50,000 right off the bat. The second biggest expense on this list, and then we'll actually get into some of my expenses, is a $30,000 for the second automation store. So yes, I do two different ones. Figured I'd diversify to different companies as well. The first one, honestly, is going a lot better than the second one. The second one is still going decent. However, you know, $50,000 to $30,000. So right there, I'm spending $80,000 per month on inventory. So if you think about it like that, theoretically, for myself, in a sense, I'm only spending about $20,000 per month, right? And also, these are charges that are like monthly, right? These are not like fun charges or anything like that. Of this $100,000, if we were to go that, I would probably be in the 110 to 120 range. So the second biggest expense I have every single month is $7,500, and that is actually for my New York apartment. And obviously, as you guys can tell, I'm not in that. So why am I not in my New York apartment, considering it cost me $7,500 a month? As much as I love New York, it was not financially sensible for me to live there right now. I've always wanted to live there, hence why I got the apartment. I fell in love with it. A buddy of mine pointed out to me back when I went to watch the US Open in New York Fashion Week last year in September. So we fell in love with the place, decided to get it. And yeah, that house, after the down payment and everything, I'm basically paying $7,500 per month for it. So you're wondering, like, why am I not living in there if I'm already spending that money? I'm actually basically renting it out. So that way it's not cash flow positive, let's put it like this. However, I am making my monthly on it, which is super nice. So right now my main thing is just honestly getting it, and that is also about half of kind of my debt. If you guys don't know, I posted on Instagram, I think like 4 or 5 months ago, that I had finally reached the $2 million in debt mark, which again is true. Right, I basically leveraged myself to being negative $2 million, which I don't have a problem with, because that's actually all real estate, not all, like 80% real estate. So again, that is the second expense, right? So basically $87,500 are those three things right there. So the second largest expense then, or fourth largest on this point, was actually $6,000 a month on my cars. So that is correct. Every single month I am spending $6,000 on my cars, which some are financed, some are owned outright. So yes, I have that $6,000 is not just for all of my cars. I have cars that I own outright. But yes, $6,000 is the expenses for my cars. If you guys don't know, I actually make money with my cars as well. So again, it's not really a personal expense. Honestly, all of the expenses, the $100,000, it is almost all covered by that item itself, right? So both my stores covered the monthly inventory, obviously, plus profit. The apartment covers itself, no profit sadly, and the cars cover itself plus profit as well, and a good amount of profit. So $6,000 for my cars. If you guys don't know what cars I have, and I'm not gonna say which ones I own outright or which ones I don't. So I have a Porsche 911 Carrera, beautiful car. Right, I have used to have an M8, not anymore sadly. So, but again, that one was outright owned. So after that, I have a Range Rover, a Jaguar F-Type, Chevrolet Corvette C7. The C8 is coming in July, August time, so excited for that. Mustang, a Tesla Model 3, another Tesla Model 3, a 1956 Porsche Speedster. That was actually the car was completely cracked. Obviously this one, I'll just mention it, it is owned outright. It's been being repaired for the past couple of years, actually by my grandfather. So again, super thankful for that, but I got that car for around $30,000 2 years ago. It is an original, but there was nothing in it. It was barely the body was completely fucked. So, it's more likely than not going to be half original, half not, but again, either way, I have it. So it was kind of an impulse purchase back then when I was kind of shopping around. So that I think covers, oh no, my apologies, and then an Audi A5 and a BMW X6. I think that covers all of my cars, to be honest. So right now, those are the cars that I currently own, and I'm actually getting more. I'm getting another Tesla Model 3, I'm getting a Ford Mustang convertible, and a Porsche Macan, and a BMW X2. So those four cars are being purchased within the next 2 months here, so again, that will increase my expenses. But those cars right there are $6,000 per month, again, on top of my expenses, which basically brings my total right now to $93,500 per month. So the rest of my expenses, I would say about another $1,000 to $2,000 is honestly watches. If you guys don't know, I finance almost everything. I really do. So some of my watches, the way you guys know, same thing with the cars. I buy the car, I maybe put a little bit of money down depending on how my banks are being with my lenders, just because they're like, yo man, you've got this and this on top of you, I can't give you more, and I'm like, fair enough, let me put some money down. So that's kind of another thing I have, and then I basically rent them out. That covers my monthly, and then usually earns profit on top of that. So do the same exact thing with watches. If you guys don't know, right, my watch portfolio is right under $600,000. So I crossed the $500,000 watch portfolio mark earlier this year, or end of last year. So again, super thankful for that as well. So again, that is another expense. So that basically brings my monthly total to $4,500 that I spend on personal items myself. Now I kind of, it's a little bit of a big, right, mainly just to make this video be like, oh, I spend $100,000 per month. Again, it depends, right? If traveling, it might be more. If I'm staying home, it's decently less, right? I spend, let's say, $600 to $800 a month on gas. To be honest, I don't really care too much, right? If I do drive my cars, I want to enjoy them. So I usually do sport mode. I'm the dumb guy who's going 100 plus on the highway, right? I'm having fun with my cars. I'm drifting the cars, especially when I take them on the racetrack. I have some for that. So again, I'm blowing through that gas. Most of them take 93. So again, it's seasonally expensive. It's like $4 a gallon or a little higher. So that's kind of, where $800 of my monthly goes to. So which leaves me right around $3,000 to $4,000 per month. And that is honestly food. I eat a good amount of food. Past 2 weeks, I've been doing better, right? I've been eating more at home, mainly because I'm trying to get back into shape, truly what I feel comfortable in. Kind of been slacking with the whole traveling stuff. So usually on average, if I don't go out to eat, I'm looking at like $600 a month on groceries. If I do go out to eat, it really depends where. I do like good food, so sometimes I go to like super fancy restaurants, but sometimes I don't. But even if I go to like P.F. Chang's, I eat a lot of food. I usually have to get 2 dinner portions with the Mongolian beef with rice, and that's $60 right there. So I mean, it kind of comes down to it, then tip. So I'm looking at like $70 to $80. If I get a drink or so, it's right there at 100. But yeah, so that's again kind of the monthly budget, and then sometimes there are hidden costs that come in my month. Like in the month of March, I had a $1,500 repair cost for the Corvette and a $5,500 repair cost for one of the Teslas. So that Tesla obviously got covered by insurance. The Corvette did not, because we were slacking on that car a little bit because I was out of town, and my main person that manages the cars, he was also out of town. Thanks, Josh. So again, we kind of slacked on that, which that kind of slack error cost me $1,500. So it is what it is. But yeah, that was like $1,500 that did not need to be wasted that month, and yeah, so I mean, that's, if you think about it, it's like, okay, I'm making this amount of money, and theoretically every month I'm spending less than $4,000. One thing I did forget to mention, obviously, is living. Again, same thing as I do with cars, watches, rent out, so I live for free, which again is super nice. So theoretically, all my expenses, the way I played it was decently smart and with luck combination, to the point where the biggest expense that people have in life is kind of paid for. If you have like subscription, that might add up to $50, $60 a month. Actually, more like with the gym and everything at like $200. But again, I'm honestly trying to get all of my personal expenses kind of down to, I don't know, I want to see if I can get to below $3,000, $4,000. Kind of make that a challenge, because again, going out to eat that much is not good. I'm trying to cut alcohol out in bars for a little bit, so we'll see how that goes, obviously. But yeah, so I don't know, I thought it'd be a fun video to make, kind of, you guys can see what spending $100,000 is really like. Again, most of the stuff on social media, please, it is fake. If people are like, I spent $100,000 this month, great, I can say that. Guys, I've spent $4,000 on myself. I'm not blowing $100,000 every month on myself and dumb parties and shit. So I mean, again, this last month was a more expensive month. I bought a basically $9,000 Jaeger Cultura Reverso. So but again, I plan to do the same thing as my cars. You just need to have the money up front in order to do that, which I do, luckily, thanks to everything I've done. Super blessed for that. And yeah, again, it's not rocket science. It's just kind of a little planning and smart thinking ahead, right? Like in 5 days, I head back to Germany. And again, the nice thing about all the inventory is my flights are always for free. Like every month, I'm earning between 80 to 100,000 Delta points, or Amex points, which I can then convert to Delta points. So again, a flight right now to Germany, I'm looking at, I think it was 55,000 points and like $90 or something. Not even, I think $60. So again, I don't have a complaint about that. Basically, travel is paid for, flights and hotels on a monthly basis, and I still have like, I think 3 million or something like Amex points that I can then use as well, because I've accumulated it. So again, it just comes down to how you spend it. Obviously, I can be like, oh, I want to blow $10,000 every single month on champagne. I did do that one month. I'm not gonna lie, that was in December in Tulum. Spent like $15,000 a weekend, but again, I put myself in a position I shouldn't have done that. Nah, I really didn't care. Yeah, I still don't. So that sounded dickish. But yeah, so again, look at what you're spending money on and kind of how you can get it paid for. Because obviously, like, people see my cars, they're like, oh my god, he's got so much money. Like, he basically has like over, I don't even know, like $600,000-$700,000 worth of cars, if not more. It's like, oh my god, he has $500,000 in watches. Holy crap! It's like, yeah, but I have other people that theoretically pay for that because they want to look rich, and at that time they're actually putting the money in my pockets. Same thing with all my rental properties, right? I guess people need a place to live though. So again, oopsies. That's kind of my story, right? That is how I spend $100,000 per month. Really and not really, because again, I'm not really spending it. So again, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and sub. If you have any questions, you can hit me up on Instagram. Sorry for this being a little monotone. I'm just like super tired. It is currently 1:32 in the morning, and I do have to wake up at 6 a.m. to prepare for the stock market opening. And fun fact, I stopped cashing out of the stock market. I believe, what was it, in June? I stopped cashing out in around August. I think August, September was the last time I actually cashed out, because I really want to get my portfolio higher. So stopped cashing out because that took about $30,000, $20,000 to $30,000 of my monthly income. Kind of just stopped cashing that out. Really wanted to grow it. I want to get this up to about $1 million. So that's my goal. But yeah. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Thank you again so much for watching. Alright, peace out, guys.